it gets me excited that with the power of this small extension here called Wayfinder and the protocol powering it behind, I'm able to do AR and maybe go to Bottega without needing to remember which gateway I need to access or remember all the gateways that are available to access my site, which is behind the scenes data stored on Arif, right? And over the couple of weeks, I've been talking about the underlying protocol. If you haven't seen that, check the previous videos on my channel. Let's try to do something again here. I can just do AR and I'm going to do AO. I want to go to the AO docs and you can see it resolves to any URL it wants. Here it's resolving to arif.developerdao.com. Here it resolved to 4.rio, yeah, some long other gateway name, right? And this is now possible for everyone to access Arif data with what is called the AR protocol, right? You don't need to remember the gateway and all the characters. All you need is just have this small extension here, and then you can do what I just did there, right? But you might be wondering, if you want to bring this same type of experience probably to your application, how you can do that. And I've already gone behind and explain how everything works, but let's try to do something fun here to replicate sort of this same behavior here. I need to install two SDKs, and it's going to be the RAIO ar.io/SDK. This is the SDK that will give us access to all the 600 plus gateways available on the RIO network. And now we shall also install the RIO Wayfinder core. Wayfinder core, it's the gateway responsible for routing our requests to the gateways we want and bringing back the redirect URL. So you can use those SDK, install them, and be ready to follow this along. But I already have this SDK in my project, so I'm not going to install them. So you come here, what you do is you import RIO from mainnet. Oh, sorry, from the SDK, the RIO SDK, just so that you can use the gateways. You also import a couple of things here depending on your use case. So you can also import, what I'm going to import here first is create Wayfinder client. Create Wayfinder client. Oh, let me see if this package is installed actually. Oh, I only have RIO SDK, so I need to install Wayfinder core to have access to all the mechanisms that I need to use. So yeah, I do install Wayfinder core, and once that is done installing, I can jump back to my code and start writing some code to replicate the same behavior that we've seen in the browser and do it with our own code, right? But then if you just want to use the same things in the browser and have that easiness of accessing any site you want, any data you want from any gateway you want, you can just install Wayfinder. And actually, let's do one last thing that before I jump in my code. I can do, let me do it from here so that you see well. I can do 3 forward slashes and do info. So if you do 2 forward slashes, it's going to probably take you to the data that you want. But if you do the third one and you do something like info or GraphQL, it's going to redirect you to whatever endpoint that is on the gateway that is selected. For example, info here is going to give me info of the gateway that is selected. In this case, it's arif.net, and it has just changed. And you can see all the information. But if I do GraphQL, I need from here AR triple forward slashes GraphQL, it's going to redirect me to the GraphQL playground, and I can start making requests from there if I want to. So yeah, back here, Wayfinder has installed. I just need to import it. Create Wayfinder client. This is the one I need. And I'm importing that from Wayfinder core. So now that you're in a Node.js environment, I can just do top level await. But before I even get to top level awaits, I need to initialize Wayfinder. I'm just going to choose on some of these existing strategies here. I'm going to do random, and then I need to create the Wayfinder client. So I'm just going to do RIO, const RIO here, and it's going to be equal to RIO.mainnet, RIO.mainnet, like this, right? And with that in place, I can now import the RIO object right here in my create Wayfinder. Okay, so I do that and everything is set. I just need to save that. Now, to have the AR protocol working, we shall do probably const redirect or resolved URL. Resolved URL is going to be equal to await Wayfinder dot resolve URL. Resolve URL. There is a function called resolve URL, and this function can take in a couple of different types of parameters, right? You can actually take in a transaction ID if you want. You can take in an RNS name, or you can take in an original URL. And in my case, I'm just going to take in an original URL just so that I can do the exact same things I've just done in the browser. I can do AR slash 2// AO, right? And this is going to, what this is going to return is a full link with the gateway that has been selected from this random selection strategy. And so if we do log this resolved URL, you're going to see a different gateways each time I try to run this same file. So here I just clear this so that you see clearly ar.js, right? And this is going to run exactly the strategy that we selected is right here, random. And then the gateways are being fetched from the RIO network, and we fetch 10 gateways. And so the random strategy selects a random gateway from this gateways array. And as you can see in our case, the gateway that was selected is the rad.network. It's let me see where, yeah, it's this one here. But if we run this one more time, it's going to select a different gateway randomly, and we shall do ar.js. And yeah, as you can see this time, it's rdrive.net that has been selected. And so what's happening with the extension is almost the same thing we are doing here. We are choosing a strategy, and then we are running this AR protocol with the AO array name service. Like this AO is from the RNS names. So to show you how you select the routing strategy from the browser, you can come here, and as you see, right, we have strategies here. You can select fastest ping, balanced, static, depending on your use case, right? In my case, I just have balanced here. I can as well do static strategy, right? And say, hey, all my requests from the browser are going to be going to permaweb.io. Coming back to our code here, you can either put here an RNS name. You can also put a transaction ID. So it depends on what you want. You can put a transaction ID, but I don't have any transaction ID at the moment that I can add here. But just so you know, you can put here your transaction ID and it's going to work just fine. The other thing, we can still try to do the same thing we did in the browser by doing the third / and do info, right? Let's see what comes back from this request. So we do node ar.js. Just give it a second. This time around, we have the derived network. So you copy, bring back to the browser, and then try to see. Yeah, you can see some information here that are coming back from using the AR protocol with the info endpoint. And as easy as this, you can still replicate the same behaviors within your own application, which is really amazing. And if you don't even want to do this and you just want to use the browser, and every time you want to access any site on the Permaweb or any data, you come to the browser and do AR like that. So you just need to download the Wayfinder extension, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below. This is really, really exciting to me to see how far we've come to have protocols like this that allow you to not stress when you're trying to access anything on the Permaweb.